Boy, you know what time it is.
Welcome to the Bromigos podcast.
Fuck her right in the pussy.
Yo, what is going on, people? How you doing out there? And welcome to another episode of the Bromigos podcast. Yes. Here we are again. Unfortunately, today there's only three of us.
Yeah, only three.
Only three.
It's really funny. I like where we record on the same day, on the same time.
Yeah.
Every time.
Every week.
But some people tend to forget to wake up.
Yeah.
Looking at you, Date Money.
Yeah, date light-skinned money. What the
I just
hell?
called him what is it?
5 minutes ago.
I called him 5 minutes ago because he wasn't here yet. So I figured he was just running a little bit late.
Mhm.
And all of a sudden he gets like a hello.
Yeah.
We're just
Yeah.
like, you still sleeping?
Cold probably still in his eye and everything. Wilding out. Wilding.
I mean, he didn't even know that it was Thursday.
I know. Like,
He must be really. If he doesn't know it's Thursday, he must be really fucked up.
No.
Honestly,
In his defense, though, I've woken up a couple of times on Sunday thinking it was Monday, and then I saw that it was Sunday, and I'm like, oh, I got work.
yeah. But either way, you still figure it out eventually.
Yeah.
You still figure it out. Like, okay, today is the day for this, and this because it's this time or whatever.
Yeah.
But no, like he just straight up forgot.
I don't understand. Must have had a long night or something.
He was either partying or fucking, one of the two,
Or both.
or both. Yeah,
Good for him.
that or making music. You know,
Good
because
stuff.
we
Good
have
stuff.
All three.
We have some special guests coming up on the show soon.
Yeah.
Well, I'll preface that a little bit.
Yeah.
But we got some special guests coming soon that we hope you guys are going to be looking forward to.
Word. Hey, you guys hear about Pau Gasol?
No, I saw something yesterday.
His jersey's number's getting retired.
Oh,
By the
okay.
Lakers?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Man, that's a name I haven't.
That correlates with what I saw.
Yeah.
That's a name I haven't heard in so long. Honestly, I don't even remember when he retired.
Where do you think he ranks on the international players? Right before we discuss, because I don't think he's high on the all-time NBA player.
No.
Maybe he's right out of the top 100.
Yeah.
Right.
I'd have to say close to
Yeah. Oh, no, definitely close.
Yeah.
Definitely 1,000%. But as far as on the international players, right? Where do you think he ranks?
At least top 10.
Yeah.
At least top 10. I'd say.
I'd probably argue it. I mean, I'm not going to lie. I'm probably the least educated one when it comes to knowing anything about Pau Gasol because I've only ever watched the Knicks.
I mean, the Gasol brothers they're both in their brilliant players.
I think Mark.
I'm not
still
denying
plays.
that. I
Yeah.
mean, their rerecords and their reputations and the
you
teams
said-
they played for speak for themselves.
Yeah, facts. Did you say you think Mark is better?
I think Mark still plays.
Yeah.
He's got to be old then, right?
Yeah, he's definitely
He's definitely
guy.
pushing,
I don't think
like,
he still plays
Twilight.
in the NBA.
He's playing in Spanish.
Yeah.
Shout out.
So yeah, the Gasol brothers. So I would put the Gasol brothers in my top 10. I'd probably have Giannis 1. So it gets tricky, right?
Do you really think you can put Giannis at 1 right now? I'm sure he's
Yes.
going to be number 1.
Yes,
But right now,
who's better than Giannis? Right, even all time. Dirk was definitely Dirk. I mean, different
Dirk up there.
different game. I'd put Dirk 2. I'd put Giannis 1, Dirk 2. Probably what's this guy that used to play for the Nets? Petrovic, I think his name was. He was a shooting guard. I put him.
Stankovic, Stojakovic.
Oh, Stojakovic.
Yeah.
Page is in my top 10, not top 5. Though.
Yeah.
Page Stojakovic.
what about the guy that I forget his name because I'm such a casual on NBA that I play the all-time Bulls team if I play the game. So
Kukoc.
Kukoc, yeah. So like, what do you think he
Kukoc.
Tony
ranks up?
Kukoc is in the top 10. I wouldn't put him top 5. I wouldn't say that Kukoc is better than Luka, Giannis,
No.
or Dirk.
Honestly, here
Or-
this might sound like sacrilege, but I think Luka could possibly pass Dirk and be number
Oof.
2.
No, he definitely could. It would.
Yeah,
He has
the
the
potential.
potential. I'm not saying he will, but he has at this rate, the way he's playing right now, he has the potential to pass Dirk as people's number 2.
But you
if
know
they're
what?
putting
I'm going to
Giannis
say
at
something
number
that I
1.
think is a little wild, and this is really how I feel. I'm not.
What do you
even
not
sure.
saying that's wild?
I'm not. I'm not entirely sure that Luka is better than Ginobili. I'm not entirely sure. I'm not entirely
It's
sold
still
on
too
that.
early.
I
think it's
I
too
think
early.
Ginobili is underrated.
Yes.
Because he chose. Ginobili could have left the Spurs and went to any other team and been a starter easily.
Yeah.
I think he played his role perfectly. It was a good thing they had over in San Antonio.
That whole team, gosh.
I mean, you're talking. Well, who's this? We have Timmy. We have Tony Parker.
Yep.
You have Ginobili. You had there's a couple faces. Damn, I'm horrible with names. I can remember faces. But that Spurs team was just incredible. Incredible. Plus, you got Pop.
Absolutely.
One of the greatest coaches to ever coach the game of basketball.
The most winningest coach in basketball.
Is he?
Yeah.
I think he just passed it last year, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Fucking phenomenal.
Hey, man, winners win. That's as the old saying goes.
Losers lose. And speaking of losers,
yes,
Ben
please.
Simmons got caught in 4K in a candy store.
Stupidity in 4K.
So wait, let me pull this up because I have the video pulled up here. I'm gonna play it. So
he looked stupid. I mean, his face was like kind of like it's like a surprise. Like, hey,
security in a candy store.
I know, bro, because he's Ben Simmons and people are gonna mob him. I guess.
So let me play this video because I haven't watched this yet. I have not watched this yet because you sent it to me when I was working. So let's.
Do you even have?
I have it. I have it pulled up on YouTube right on my computer.
Oh, okay. All right.
Westbrook, bro. Russell Westbrook, bro. Oh my God, bro. Russell Westbrook, bro. Hold up, bro. I ain't playing with you, bro. Russell Westbrook, bro. Can't shoot, bro. I'm sorry, bro. All right, bro. I'm sorry, bro. Can't shoot, bro.
Sorry, Westbrook, bro.
Westbrook, bro. All right, bro. I love you, bro. I love you, bro. All right, I love you, bro. It was you, bro. Russell Westbrook.
I ain't playing with you, bro.
Oh my God! Caught in 4K at a candy store with security,
and his face was just like,
what is his security doing? First of all, the guy is like half the size of him. The one guy that I think is security, the bald,
first of all,
guy with the glasses.
If you look at that clip, that security is very like I could hit that motherfucker and run, and that security guy is not that much short little bastard right there.
That has to be security, right?
He is not catching me, bro. Yeah. There's no way, bro.
No,
he's not catching me.
No way.
I'm burning that bitch. Like
he's done.
Yeah, stupidity in 4K. And then you got Ben. Look at his face.
He's so upset. Like, you could tell here's the thing. You can pretty much we've been clowning Ben Simmons. You guys more than I have.
Yeah, but he deserves it.
Rightfully
but
so.
Now that to your point, this shows why he deserves it because look how upset he's getting right in that little still shot that you see right there.
Listen, all the hate that he gets is deserved. At this point, he is getting paid to be an NBA mascot. When's the last time he played basketball? And I get it, people are hurt, and you know, I understand being hurt because I understand being ridiculed because I went through something very similar when I was in the Army. Once you get hurt and you can no longer perform at the level that you were, people tend to look at you as a shitbag. I get that. But this man has every tool at his fingertips to get better, right? And he does nothing, and he complains, and mental health. And mental health is very important. However, let's not use that as...
It's not a crutch.
It's not an excuse.
It's not a crutch. No.
Like, you keep going back to that. Like, bro, are you putting in the work to get better then? Like, what the fuck are you doing?
Here's a question, and kind of building off of that. Do you think nowadays people use mental health too much as a crutch?
Yes and no. I think with anything in life, there are people that will just take advantage of it. For example, they're like Germany when it comes to maternal leave. You get, if I'm not mistaken, once your child is born, you get up to 2 years to where you can stay at home, right?
Wow.
And you get paid.
You get paid to stay at home for 2 years?
Yeah,
wow.
Pretty
what
much.
Is ours, like 6 months? Not even?
It's terrible.
Three months.
Which personally, these are vital years during a child's development. So I support that. However, I've encountered women who've just repeatedly gotten pregnant just so they can get paid and stay home, right? A little bit of a different perspective.
System.
They'd rather mess with their own body than go to work.
It's a little bit of a different perspective, but it kind of, that's to my point. There will always be people that will abuse any system or anything. So of course there are people that probably abuse. There are people that probably use COVID as an excuse. Oh, I was with someone that got COVID. I can't come into work today.
Yeah.
Probably how it happened. And what are they going to do? Yeah, you got to prove it. Like, okay.
I mean, people used COVID excuse for the longest time, not even to work.
Yeah, I know.
I think somehow people still find ways to get around that.
And there are going to always be people. It's just that mental health is such an important thing, and it's something that I'm so glad that society itself is now paying more attention to. We need to address these issues. I'm a one of the people that believe that we all should have therapy. I myself probably need therapy. I think we all probably need therapy.
I probably
yeah,
need
yeah.
therapy. I just
I think it's
seek
probably one of those good things that could help us out. But to your question, my answer would be yes and no.
I would have to say the same, yes and no. Because
I would agree with that.
The way I look at it, the whole Ben Simmons thing, he said it was mental health. Then his press conference with the Nets, why'd you leave, or why didn't you want to play? He was like, oh, it wasn't about the coaches or the fans or anything. Well, then what was it about?
Yeah.
Like, what was so
because that has
frustrating?
something to do with it.
Mhm.
It had nothing to do with it. That's why I lost disrespect for him when he just sat out.
You lost disrespect, or you
You
lost
lost
respect?
I lost respect. I felt disrespected
Yeah.
that he felt some sort of disrespect.
I mean,
I don't know.
It's probably difficult being a celebrity because the spotlight is constantly on you. So I'm sure some of that may weigh on you, and not everyone is built to handle that.
No.
But I mean, when's the last time you played basketball? It's been like what, 3 seasons now?
I'll say, when was the last time he made a shot more than 5 feet?
When he played LSU, maybe.
Man,
Yeah, you look at what he did in
we should-
high school and college, and it's why can't he do that? in the
we
NBA?
really should. You know why? Because I think he's intimidated by other players. I think back then he was probably like such a star where he didn't have to worry about things like that. Now
Yeah.
he's facing
What is he
monsters
intimidated?
like.
He's 6'10". He's almost 7 foot tall
Yeah.
as a point guard.
But could you imagine someone like Giannis trying to come after him, block the shot?
Oh, Giannis would eat him up.
He would shit his pants, Ben Simmons.
That's a ham
I was going to
sandwich
say
right there.
we should just change this podcast to the Ben Simmons hating podcast.
Oh,
'cause that's
I
all we
support
do.
it.
I support it,
Fuck
too.
him.
So, bro, so this is now officially the Ben Simmons hating podcast,
Yeah, like-
episode 1.
Yeah, like I can't.
Can we
no.
also talk about how the Nets are in shambles when their fan base tried saying that it was Harden's fault, and now they're not going to have either Kyrie or Kevin Durant. They're just going to have Ben Simmons.
One of my boys from high school, or someone I was friends with, he's a big Nets fan, and he'll often talk shit to me because I'm a Knicks fan, and I'm sure we'll talk in a few minutes here about the Christmas game coming up soon.
Ooh.
But he would talk so much shit to me, and yet here they are now, and now I'm just, even as bad as the Knicks front office is and how bad we play sometimes, I just can't help but sit and laugh because we've been dealing with it for so long, and now the Nets get a shred, a taste, a little hors d'oeuvre of success, and then it falls apart.
It just sucks because you have generational players like Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving, and you just can't seem to put it together. I think, like, first of all, you don't give two people that have proven to not be leaders positions of leadership, right?
Yeah.
Clearly, they can't do it. Nor do they want to do it. Kyrie pretends, and Kyrie, listen, I used to love Kyrie, man.
I think Kyrie is a leader in his own mind.
Kyrie is a leader of
I don't even know what he is in his own mind.
He's a leader of the free world. That's what he is.
Yeah,
Fucking
in his own mind.
313, bro.
In his own
For
mind.
real. 'Cause
What is this, 8 Mile? Goddamn.
Some of the shit he posts on Twitter. I responded to one of his ignorance. I said, Kyrie, I said, bro, shut the fuck up. Just hoop, bro. Just get back to hooping. He's talking about media and he hates on media personalities. And it's like, bro, you're using your platform, social media, which is a form of media, to hate on media. You're stupid.
How many people went after you for that?
That's
the question.
I don't think
because
anyone
you
did.
post something like that, and I guarantee like one dick rider is going to start talking shit to you on Twitter.
People
There's going to
always
be at least
talk
always
shit.
one.
What I've noticed is since I've been more active on Twitter, what I've noticed, like I had someone posted that the SEC championship game last year had 7.3 billion viewers.
You mean everybody in the entire world and everyone in the
So,
third world country that
was
doesn't
my
have
thing,
fucking
and I was like, bro,
internet?
here we go again. Stupid Americans talking about shit that they don't understand. Like he's like, yeah, someone put a
What, three? I know
Someone
you're talking
put-
about 3-year Letterman.
No,
That's
yeah,
it. No,
yeah,
that's
that
okay.
fucking
Yeah,
guy.
yeah.
Yeah, 3-year high school Letterman. Like, shut up, bro. What the fuck? He said, what did he say? Someone put a satellite on Mount Everest, and that's how we were able to broadcast the SEC championship game to the world.
No.
And I'm like, bro, what? Stupidity in 4K, bro. Like, for real? This is what we're talking. And they're like, football is a bigger game than soccer. That's why we call it soccer and not football. And I'm like, we're literally the only country that calls it soccer. Like, what are you talking about, bro?
Well, Canada calls it soccer.
Canada's also stupid then.
I mean, let's be honest. Other than Mexico, most of North America is stupid in regards to how they call football or soccer, whatever the fuck.
Like,
speaking of which, I'm really looking forward to the fucking World Cup coming up soon.
That's gonna be fire. Too.
Only a couple more months.
As Pat McAfee calls it, the soccer Lombardi.
That is a good point. It is more or less the soccer Lombardi because you
listen. The World Cup is huge.
I love the World Cup.
Me too.
I have loved the World Cup ever since I was in middle school. It was the South African one, I think.
Yeah.
They happened in the summer then.
Yeah.
So it was like the last week of school for everyone.
Mm-hmm.
So while everybody's having tests and shit, like the teachers, they would just they have like 20 kids in this class. What are they gonna do? They put the TV on, they put soccer on, and I was just mesmerized by it. And I'll say this much. Ever since then, I have a greater appreciation for soccer than I did before.
Yeah.
You know, like I even went out of my way to watch the what's it called? The Euro Cup last year when Italy and England were playing, and I was so happy Italy won. You have no idea. But but like I actually genuinely enjoy it. And plus it's it's commercialized, but it's not as commercialized as American sports.
It's just
because every fucking 10 minutes or every 5 minutes there's a commercial break for like another 5 minutes that just breaks the action.
Now I get what you're saying. Yeah.
Now, and now you have soccer where it's 45 minutes of straight
soccer
play.
Two halves.
There's no fucking interruptions.
Yeah.
That's what I like about it.
Yeah. I actually was in when Germany won in 2014. I was in Frankfurt. I was actually in Germany when they won. Insane. I mean, I have videos that I actually put on.
Oh, wait, you
Instagram.
were in Germany
I
when
was
they had?
in Germany.
Oh,
that
just now resonated with me that you were in Germany when they won.
It was a fucking party. Like every game that Germany won, everybody would go downtown to the city, and we'd stop traffic and we'd dance and party in the middle of the fucking city. It was great.
I love like the English videos that were coming out of like every time they would win the games in the last World Cup.
Yeah.
Because they were close. They were in the final four, I think.
They were.
And everyone was losing their shit. Like beer was going all over the place. It was wild. It was so much fun to watch. The last World Cup was so much fun. I'm so pissed France won, though.
It just, I mean, I kind of expected it. I kind of expected either France, Belgium, England.
I was pushing so hard for Belgium because I love Hazard.
Yeah, so. Belgium has a great, Hazard used to be great.
It's been 4 years. I can't imagine he's done any better.
No, Hazard has basically dropped off from his time. At that time, he was playing in Chelsea. Then he made a move to Real Madrid, and he just hasn't been the same since. He's just been a horrible player.
It's a real bummer, man, because and what really solidified my push for Belgium in the last World Cup was the South Korea or Japan game, one of those. Yeah. I don't know who they played, but they were like losing pretty hard in the first half.
Yeah.
And then they had like an epic comeback, and it was so fucking fun to watch. That was one of my favorite games the whole year.
I'll say they play it in November now. Did they move it because of COVID?
No, because I think it's in Qatar. So, I mean, no one wants to... I'm pretty sure the desert would be way too hot.
It'd probably be blazing.
Yeah, no, if they were playing it now, it would be terrible. Yeah. I can't imagine it'll be any better in the winter, but I can imagine it'd be better off than what it was. I'm pretty sure they'll move back to the next schedule because it is coming to the U.S. or North America.
Oh, and I cannot wait.
Dude, I'm so fucking excited. Yes. There's actually a lot of big things happening in our area for sports if you actually think about it.
Yes.
I mean, WrestleMania is coming to Philadelphia next year. Not next year.
Oh, is it?
2024.
WrestleMania 2024.
So WrestleMania in 2024 is coming to Lincoln.
Okay.
And they've done it the last couple of times in MetLife over the last 10 years, but this is the first time it's been in Philly since like 99, I think, and I would know this. So
that's gonna be good.
Oh my god, it's gonna be so much fun because Philly, and I've been to Philly sporting or wrestling events, and I was trying to convince you guys to come with me because I wanted to buy tickets to a small event on what's it called? Swanson Street, the 2300, but no one seemed to be interested, so I guess I won't do nothing.
Listen, if you want to go to WrestleMania, I'll go.
WrestleMania, like Bro Migos WrestleMania, I'll totally fuck with.
Yes,
yeah,
but that's like we got to save up some money for that one because
I'll say what are tickets like?
I don't know. I never even bothered to look because they were always WrestleMania to me is like that one thing that's out of reach, like that I want to go to, but it's always in any other state or. I just never have the money. So I've never actually bothered to really look into it. But I will when time comes around because they just sold tickets for the one in Hollywood in SoFi coming up next year.
Yeah, they're hosting a spaceship.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm looking forward to. And then there's like how many going back to the World Cup, because there's like a couple of games happening. I think they might be in the Link, and I think there's doing some at MetLife too.
Yeah.
I don't remember exactly where the games were, but I do think that Philly and New York are two of the stadiums that they were talking about.
Oh my God, could you imagine?
I just want a big game there,
dude. If there's a US game there, that would be great.
1,000% I'm going.
Totally go.
1,000%.
I would go regardless, but if it's a US game, because I'm not gonna lie. I'm not going to lie. Yeah. This is probably the most confident I've been in the U.S. soccer scene to win the World Cup, or at least get to the top 4.
The star, Christian Pulisic, shout out from Hershey, PA. Pennsylvania represent. USA represent. And I'm looking at their group that they're in. They got a good bit of... Well, these are,
read it off. They
got Wales, they got England, and they got Iran, which
there should be another one. There's not another one?
Click see more. Maybe that might give us more. No, I can't imagine it's anything.
It's a group of it's 4 teams a group. So it's the USA, England, Wales, and
that's right. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Oh, you're right. Yeah.
So
it was either going to be Wales.
So England is the only one I'm concerned about. Yeah. Wales maybe too, but Iran I'm not.
I'm concerned about Iran, but not in soccer.
Other
the Wales one, it was either going to be Wales or Ukraine. So Ukraine almost beat Wales.
So I think the U.S. England's going to beat them. The U.S. has gotten a lot better, but England's going to beat them.
There's a reason. There's a reason football's coming home, I guess.
Even that the story of where it actually came from. The Scottish will say it came from Scotland.
Well, I think either way, I think England considered. I'll
say actually it came from America.
No, I mean, I think England.
Are you starting? Oh Lord! Trying to start controversy?
No. Hold on. I think England still considers itself like the overall United Kingdom. So I guess when they say it's coming home, I guess they mean everybody's getting it. But then again, that's English ignorance, compared to American ignorance. Because keep in mind, Scotland doesn't really like the English. The Irish definitely don't like the English.
No.
So. And Wales and whatever the fuck else they have is
Wales.
I can't imagine they're cool.
Wales. It's like hit or miss with Wales, because Gareth Bale isn't the player that he used to be. And outside of Gareth Bale, there isn't really one on the Welsh national team that I would worry about. So the U.S. should advance to at least the past the group stages.
I'd say what two out of each group make it.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, they have a shot.
Then I think you go to it's a round of 16. I believe it's.
Yeah, I think it goes to the round of 16,
and then it's elimination style.
That's when it gets interesting.
Yeah.
The group stage, I think, is the most fun to watch.
Yeah,
though.
it is. It is, because you get to see all these little smaller nations that don't get as much press and you don't get publicized. You get to see them. Like, I'm a big fan of like African nations. Their brand of soccer is amazing. I'm looking forward to watching. I always like the African nations when they play.
I'm pretty sure fucking Senegal pissed me off one of the World Series, one of the World Cup games, because they beat a team I wanted. I think it was either Senegal or like Ghana or Nigeria, one of those.
Now, say I can tell you one thing: Italy's not in it.
Oh, that's a shame.
Which is
that's a shame.
It's you know what? It's their own fault. It's their own fault. I think Portugal was in the same boat, and Portugal had to go to a play.
Of course, Qatar's in it.
Well,
wait. So if Portugal isn't in it, that means Ronaldo.
No, Portugal's in it.
Oh, they are. Okay, they are in
Portugal's
it. I'm wrong.
Yeah, Qatar is in it because
they're the host. Are there?
They're the host nation. I think there's 32 teams.
Yes. So 8 groups.
8 groups.
So roll it back up again, because I want to see how many are actually there. Qatar, Netherlands, Senegal, Ecuador. Netherlands should be a good one.
I can tell you right now who I can almost predict each group.
Go ahead then. Go ahead and
go from A to H.
Okay.
A to H.
I can't see. So tell me the first group.
Group A: Qatar, Netherlands, Senegal, Ecuador.
Netherlands, Senegal, advance.
I say Netherlands, Ecuador.
I would agree with Hunter on that one.
Yes.
Group B: England, USA, Wales, Iran.
That's it. England, USA.
Yep. That's pretty self-explanatory. Scroll up really quick. Argentina, Group C: Argentina, Poland, Mexico, Saudi.
Oof.
I think.
Give me Argentina, Mexico.
Argentina,
definitely.
Mexico.
I can't say because
Poland's
a dark horse. Poland is a dark horse.
That one.
Mexico's.
If I'm going to make a choice, I'm going to go with Mexico. So Argentina, Mexico.
All right, Group D: France, Denmark, Tunisia, Australia.
France, Denmark.
France. Yeah, I have to say Denmark.
I hate to say France because I don't fucking like France, but I
Right.
will.
I have to say Denmark because every time me and my friends play NHL, he always plays as Denmark.
But I will. You know what? I'm actually gonna change it this time. I'm gonna go France, Australia, just to spice it up a bit. And who knows? Maybe Australia could be a dark horse.
All right.
Group E. I already know what Mike's gonna pick. Germany, Spain, Japan, and Costa Rica.
Germany, Spain.
Yep, Germany, Spain. That's pretty
Yeah,
self-explanatory.
Germany, Spain, definitely.
Group F. Belgium, Croatia, Canada, Morocco.
Morocco.
Belgium and you said Canada and who else?
No.
Croatia.
Oh wait.
Belgium, Croatia.
Yeah, I think Croatia fucking showed a lot.
Canada might not even show what a team. They're not getting
Belgium.
enough.
Give me Morocco.
You're bugging.
Yeah, I'm going Belgium and Croatia because I think Croatia really was impressive.
They were in the semifinals last World Cup.
Yeah, they were. Well,
Oh,
they
no,
were
they
in
were
the
in the
finals.
finals. I'm
They
sorry.
were in the finals, and I
finals,
wanted
yeah,
them
yeah.
to win. They think they were tied for a while, and
Yeah.
then I think
All the
France
Chich
came out.
family
in the end.
over there, the Chich.
And then Group G:
Doncic.
Brazil, Switzerland, Serbia, and Cameroon. Jesus, a lot of African nations.
Cameroon.
Give me Cameroon
and
for
Brazil.
Embiid.
Cameroon and Brazil.
Yep.
I'm gonna go.
Cameroon and Brazil, definitely.
Brazil definitely, but I might actually go Switzerland on that one.
Hell no.
I
Fuck
mean,
no. The Swiss don't play football.
You don't never know.
Their defense is like their cheese. There's just holes everywhere.
Pretty much.
All right, and finally, Group H: Portugal, Uruguay, Ghana, and Korea Republic.
Okay.
South Korea, more or less.
Portugal and oof,
Give me the Korea.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go Portugal and Uruguay.
that's another tough group.
There's a couple of tough groups on
Mhm.
here. I'm actually really impressed with the grouping for this one.
Yeah, there's a few.
Because what was
There's a
it
few.
last year? What was it last year? Russia faced, or not last year, but last World Cup, Russia had a pretty relatively easy group. They had
Yeah.
who the
Yeah,
fuck
they got a
had?
hard group now.
Yeah, they got the fucking Ukraines to deal with right now.
Oh, man. What is going on with that? I haven't heard anything
You know
about
what?
that in the longest time.
It's funny you mention that, and this just goes to show how much I hate modern news.
Yeah.
And going to my point that there's no news anymore.
Yeah.
We have not heard a single fucking thing since like a month and a half after the invasion.
Yeah.
I've been keeping up with it because
I have not heard shit.
It's
Like
this
no
thing
major
on-
news company
there's
is
this thing
talking
on
about it.
Snapchat called Good News, Bad News. They
Yeah.
constantly talk about it. So I just look at it there, and that's basically what I'd use.
Get your news from Snapchat.
Yeah, good news, good morning, bad news, or something like that.
Hey, sometimes those smaller brands of news give you better news. Man.
I mean, that's right.
They-
as long as
they
it's
X
as
out the
long as it
bullshit.
is moderate and like in the middle, I'm cool with it. But
Yeah, Russia's in the wrong, by the way.
yeah, we all know that.
I'm trying to avoid
President
talking
Poo-Poo.
about politics too. By the way, I'm just
Yeah.
going to throw this out there.
I get it. I mean,
Yeah,
like
but
it's
ba-
it's gonna
basically
happen,
they've switched from like hitting on all
So we
sides.
won't-
They're hitting
so-
on like the most eastern side.
Oh,
But
you're
Russia's
talking
still
about
bad.
Russia. I
are
don't
they
know what
like
they're
making
doing.
any progress, or are they just getting their shit kicked
No,
in?
I think the Ukrainian
They're getting their shit
people are
kicked.
just.
Because
They're putting
when
up
it
a really
first
good
started,
fight.
Russia was just going all over the country. But now
Mhm.
they're only focusing on like the far east side, like
Yeah.
the
But
two
you-
regions that have been controlled.
But
for,
here's
like,
the problem.
8 years.
So here's the thing. Now they're not spread out anymore. And now, as much as they're trying to focus on one area, now Ukraine can regroup and now defend that one area as opposed to being as spread out as they
Yeah.
were as
Yeah.
a smaller nation.
Yeah.
So it really, it honestly, this is fucking Operation Barbarossa all over again from World War II when Hitler fucking invaded Russia. This is Operation Barbarossa, just Russia being Germany in this case.
You know, I'm not
if you
entirely
really look at it.
not entirely mad at what Russia's doing. I think from the way we put the way the news is presented to us, we're already doomed to fail because if you look at it, Russia's calling what they're doing a special operation. It's not called a war, right?
they called it a denazification.
Yeah.
Which that I no.
Which is wild because
It's like
whatever.
it's 2022.
But, you
We're
know,
not going to do that.
For the longest time, what we were doing in Afghanistan wasn't called a war; it was a conflict.
Yeah.
It was never deemed a war.
What about Iraq? Was that still a war too?
No. No, I think Iraq was. Not
Did
exactly.
we even win that?
What do you define as winning?
Wait, hold on a second, because I'm wrong. Wait, what happened a year ago? Was it Afghanistan or Iraq?
Where they
When
pulled
they
out
fucked up in the
Yeah.
pullout?
Afghanistan.
That was Afghanistan.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, that was a tough one to deal with personally.
What was your? Oh, here's a question. Then, what were your thoughts about it? Put you on the
personally
spot.
speaking, I think either way, we were fucked in that situation. I think how the way he pulled out was pretty much inevitable. He just saw that Joe Biden just so happened to be the person to catch the hell for it.
It was just so abrupt.
At that point, like we had been in Afghanistan for over a decade, right?
Almost 2.
It felt longer than that.
Yeah. I remember 9/11 happening. I was in high school. So fucking junior in high school when it happened.
Shit, I was in
Or
preschool.
sophomore in high school, I think.
I just turned 1, so I had no.
Yeah, I was in
recollection.
preschool when that fucking happened.
So I remember it happening like when it happened like yesterday. Afghanistan, I think it was time. I think U.S. needs to stop playing Big Brother to everyone. We spend an obscene amount of money on our defense, and I get it. We want to maintain that. I understand it, but putting people into harm's way so you can show the world that you got a big dick is selfish.
I mean, now we might have an issue with China now because everybody wants to start going to Taiwan.
All because of Nancy Pelosi. I
China-
still like calling her Pelosi.
Listen,
That's a good one.
I think anyone who really wants to go to war is making a mistake. There's so many other nations that are going to come down on you. You're going to too many people are going to die if any major military force goes to war.
No,
And we're not
everyone's
just
gonna
talking
die.
about military people that are fighting in this war. We're talking about casualties of war. We're talking about men, women, or elderly people, children.
Civilians.
They're just going to
No,
die
definitely. Yeah.
as a direct result of wars. And people aren't shooting like these little pew pew guns that they used to. We're talking about devastating weapons.
Now
of
we have nukes.
Nukes,
like
yeah.
mass destruction.
Once
bro.
the nukes come out, we're all screwed.
And if one person drops a nuke, everybody's going to drop a nuke,
Yep.
and then the world's going to cease to. We're all going to die.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a feeling it'll be like what was it, the one Terminator movie that came out in like the early 2000s, where all of a sudden Skynet started launching the nukes and shit.
Yeah,
I feel like if that was the case, the Earth would just implode on itself because there's
no
no
one
way
wants war.
there's no way a planet like ours can endure that much punishment.
Yeah, no one wants war, bro. No one wants it because if somebody wanted, they'd be about that action. No one wants it.
Even President Poo Poo.
Yeah, he doesn't want war. No one wants it, bro. They can.
No, he's all talk.
They can show
just
off all their
all talk,
like,
no walk.
Russia. So China from the 90s to now has been just basically expanding globally, right?
Yeah.
Expanding. We're talking about ports in
Population.
Africa, ports close to the Indian Ocean. We're talking about all these expansion. They have projects that they're doing in Africa, so they can have more influence over that. They've just been expanding and expanding and expanding and increasing their military might and presence in that part of the world. It's just like, hey, my dick's equally as big. That's what it feels like. It feels like we want to show our strength. That way they know not to fuck with us. But no, I don't think anyone's gonna do it. It's like two dogs. You ever seen the video? It went viral at one point where two dogs were behind a gate.
Yep.
And they were barking at each other.
Then the gate
and
opened.
as soon as the gate opens, they stop. That's what
That's
it feels
exactly-
like. That's
yeah.
what it feels like to me.
You know, it also feels like the one video of the two guys in the street giving each other the finger
Yeah.
constantly, but
Yeah.
no one throws a punch.
Yeah. Like I don't think anything's gonna come of it. I just think these are two global powers that are just trying to show off their stuff, like peacocking, pretty much.
Yeah.
That's all
I
it feels
really
like.
hope that that's the case because
you know
if
what I
we're
actually
wrong,
wanted to talk
holy
about?
shit.
About the Russia-Ukraine thing. So Ukraine's got like one of the biggest, if not the biggest, nuclear reactor power plant in the European? It's somewhere in, it's like the biggest nuclear reactor in like Europe. And it was under fire earlier in the year from like conflict. But now the scientists or the people working there, they're basically being held hostage by the Russian soldiers.
Yeah.
And they can't do their job. And there's like inspections that they're trying to do, but the soldiers won't let it. So it's basically like a ticking time bomb. And
Yeah.
if that goes, it's going to be like,
I think they're doing
Sure,
that on
it's-
purpose.
yeah, no, they are.
They're doing it on purpose because how else are you gonna cripple the nation that you're currently having a
Well, here's the
special
problem. It's
operation
going to
with?
affect all of Europe, and it's going to affect Russia too. Like it's going to affect the whole European continent.
And that's pretty much why I believe that no one's going to go to war or do anything, because you look at this small conflict, how much it's affected the world globally and the global economy,
Yeah.
right? All these we're talking about lasting repercussions on going to war and
No,
doing
but
all this
wheat
stupid
wheat
shit.
also. Ukraine, I didn't know this until the war started. They produce a lot of
Fertile.
the world's wheat.
Yeah.
Like 75% or something like that. It's a lot. And with
Yeah.
that
Really?
war,
And
I didn't know.
wheat
that.
and fertilizer. I've been looking into this stuff too.
Yeah.
I haven't heard of that. Okay.
Yeah.
It's really hurt. the wars hurt everything, but wheat, it produces a lot of it.
Yep.
You got bombs all over the place, and it's not helping.
I will say this much, though. I still laugh at people that think that Putin's the reason why gas prices are high, solely the reason that gas prices are high, because we only get 8% of our gas from Russia.
It's not solely Putin, but
it has a factor, a small factor.
To
but it's
our
not
people
nearly
out
as
there
fucking
to
much as they say.
understand, man, listen, the recession and gas prices is a global fucking thing. We have recently, actually, I think Joe Biden signed into law yesterday.
Something like that.
I don't remember the exact name of the bill, but it's a bill to help fight against the recession.
Something like the inflation.
But yeah, something like that. I think that's what it's called. But you
is
know
it going
what?
to work? That's the
I
question.
don't understand what these politicians are doing. I just don't get it.
Dicking around. That's what they're doing.
Pretty much wasting all
the
our
Inflation
goddamn
Reduction Act.
taxpayer money. That's all they seem to be
$750
doing.
billion. Healthcare, tax, climate bill.
Healthcare. These motherfuckers been fighting over healthcare for the longest. Why can't we? How do smaller nations have such better systems in place? And we're such a great fucking nation that we can't figure it out. And we vote these people into office. That's the frustrating part about it.
It's a third world country with a Gucci belt.
Yeah. Hey. Yup.
Preach.
Yup.
Want to get on that soapbox
And
too?
it's just I wish people would stop to realize, as we fight amongst ourselves and draw lines on political parties and all that bullshit, they still don't do anything. It's almost like, I bet you they get together, they have a nice glass of bourbon, puff on a Cuban, and like, look at these idiots fight amongst themselves.
I was actually talking to somebody about that this week. My buddy Ryan from the Pub Time podcast. I hopped on there as a guest for them this week.
Yeah.
And after the recording, we were talking about stuff like that. You know how shit's getting kind of fucked up. And he said, he's like, dude, they're all friends behind the scenes. They'll talk shit about each other. They're all friends.
Yeah,
it's
bro.
all an act.
Because there's no way that they say what they say and do what they do, and then we beef amongst ourselves and stop talking to each other and call each other all these obscene names, and then they turn around and go to work the next day like it's nothing.
To quote our favorite light skin, you don't like everyone in your party.
Yeah, there's no way. I didn't want to bring it up, but Liz Cheney lost the primary, right? You're going to tell me that a person, like, you're going to vote against a person who's standing up and doing the right fucking thing because she is basically going after your God in Donald J. Trump? Like, come on, bro.
I am the God. I am the Father. I am the Godfather.
Listen, some of that man's policies I can get behind. But as I told one of my Republican friends once, my problem isn't necessarily his policies. My problem isn't his mean tweets, as people want to call it. My problem is what he represents and what he enables. He is not good for the country because his presence enables racist people to go on a fucking rampage. And that is not what this country needs.
Yeah.
We don't need any of that.
We really don't need another fucking George Floyd fucking thing going
No,
on
we
again.
don't, bro.
Because
And
I think
honestly,
if if China or Russia wanted to invade us, they might as well at that point.
bro, it's gonna happen. Like, first off, we all should accept the fact that every fucking election cycle that comes around, something of that nature is gonna happen. It's been happening for like the past two elections. It's just at this point, Obama went through it with Trayvon Martin. Then we had George Floyd. Who's it gonna be next? Like, it happens
At this point, I'm waiting for the day when it does happen, and then we have to talk about it on air because it's eventually going to happen.
It's going to.
It's going to happen, and I don't want to. I hope that day doesn't come for a long, long time. But I don't want to. I really don't want to be put in a position to fucking talk about it.
I don't want to talk about it. I think everyone's sick of talking about it. Everyone's sick of the racial issues, and you know what? The racial issues aren't unique to America, right? It's not unique to the United States. But they're not, other countries aren't trapped by it, if that makes sense. It's not something that, like, yeah, you deal with racism. Of course, everyone deals with racism. But I think the way we address it, first off, it's almost like we're afraid to talk about it. And then when we do talk about it, it's like, well, I'm afraid of hearing about it. So,
it's not even afraid about it. Yeah, it's sick about hearing about it.
I'm sick of hearing about it.
And even though I'm pretty sure all of us in some regard feel that way because that seems to be a lot of the focus of the show. But at the same time, I like talking about it, at least in this format that we do, because at least we can educate people because we have different perspectives.
Of course.
I mean, in this case, you are the outnumbered person of color, and there's 2 white people here. But
That's fine. Y'all can't whip me anyway.
I know it'll be like Germany. It'll be Germany all over again.
One of the problems that I have with like this whole like Trump thing, is this whole fake news stuff because everybody does fake news. Even the right side who claim fake news on everything, they spread fake news. Like Marjorie
Oh
Taylor
my God,
Greene,
what a twat.
She needs a factory reset, like in
Yes.
Toy Story 3. You
What
need to switch
a
it from
twat.
1 to 2.
Jail.
Yeah, there you go.
Thank you.
Jail.
Put that bitch in jail. And I said it. Put that dirty bitch in jail.
Not only from what she said about windmills and all this.
Bro, about the air conditioning?
Yes.
Do you like air conditioning? Because they're coming for it.
No.
And I'm like,
They're going to take our air conditioning away.
She is so dumb. Not only that, but even before then, she fell for a fake Twitter. I have it on the screen. You can look at it.
I see it.
Dr. Lyle P. Lysol, MD, tweeted something about like Pfizer vaccine something, and then she's like, why is this tweet labeled misleading? Pfizer should be investigated immediately. Blah, 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 blah.
she's an idiot.
No! She is dumb.
The fact that, like, someone in her
I
position
got
should
something to
have
say
one
when
that
you're done.
fact checked her shit. That way she doesn't look like, because she looks like an idiot.
I can I say this much?
Yeah.
No person of political power should have social media.
Yeah.
Please, if any new senator
Why is
or
that?
new governor should or maybe not governor because that actually is a little more important, but these people just make themselves look like to be idiots on a daily
I
basis.
swear to God they do.
And
I swear to
and
God
I feel
they
like they don't even do it on purpose. Like they do it like they.
Well, she's a blonde, so.
Yeah, well, but like just ban all fucking people of political power, at least in the Senate.
Like,
on
or
Twitter.
at least,
ban them, please.
if they're going to have a presence on social media, they should have someone to vet their stuff before they post it. Like, hey, this is what I'm thinking.
Well, that's the other problem. They don't
Yeah.
have that shit.
You like, someone should be able to be like, hey, you know what, ma'am, sir, what you're about to post is not factually correct, or that may be stupid, and you might have to, foot and mouth later on somewhere down the line. But it's just like these people, like especially her, like I get sick of going on Twitter, and then I gotta talk to her. Like I want to get thousands of followers so I become relevant on Twitter, so I can talk to this bitch and be like, yo, listen here, bitch, you're fucking stupid. Stop posting stupid shit,
Not
bitch.
even that, she looks like a guy, too.
Oh man.
I mean, shit.
She's a blonde and she looks like a dude.
Well,
I guess that's what they're after. And not only is this like fake news thing, but you guys know that I like NASCAR, right?
Yeah.
So imagine
It's very evident from
Yeah.
the tweets you post on
Yes,
Twitter.
yes. Imagine. Here's the thing. Imagine you win a race
Yeah.
and you're canceled because of it. Think
I'm
about
sorry,
that.
what?
You know the whole.
Say that again.
If you win a race, like say you win a race, your first career win, and
Yeah.
it's the downfall of your career.
Yeah.
Think about it.
Who got canceled?
Well, his name's Brandon.
Brandon.
That's where
Wait.
that's where the Let's Go Brandon chant began.
Okay.
That
Because-
guy he won a race and they canceled him for it?
Yes.
Wait. So I need more context.
So his name's Brandon Brown.
okay.
He's a NASCAR driver in
Okay.
one of the lower series. Like the
Is
series
Brandon
below
white
the
or black,
Cup.
or
He's
is that
white.
irrelevant?
He's
Okay.
white.
Okay.
Doesn't get involved with. He's just a race car driver.
Okay.
He's just trying to win. He won at Talladega.
Okay.
Okay. The reporter, she heard chants that she thought were "Let's Go Brandon," so she said it into the mic. But in the background, you could hear them clapping "Fuck Joe Biden."
Mhm.
So, what the far right did, and this is the far right because no one would do this. Like no one with a brain would do this. They ran with it, saying, "Oh, fake news, NBC trying to cover up Let's Go Brandon chants or fuck Joe Biden chants with Let's Go Brandon chants," and they ran with it, and they've got merch and all over the place, and it's basically been the downfall of his career because the team he's on, it's his own team, which it's hard to race without sponsors. Sponsors don't.
He
want
has no sponsors
No,
because of
they
this?
don't want to sponsor him because of this.
So hold on. Okay, let me see if I'm
Yeah.
following this correctly.
Yeah.
So Brandon Brown won the race.
Yes.
Someone was in the back chanting.
The fans were in the background chanting "Fuck Joe Biden."
But this
and
was
the
this part was months ago.
Okay.
They were interviewing him at the finish line, and
Okay.
you could hear it in the background.
of fuck Joe Biden.
Yes.
Okay.
So the reporter tried to cover it up
Uh-huh.
because it's live TV,
Yeah.
and she said, "Oh, they're chanting Let's Go, Brandon." Yeah.
Yeah.
But instead of realizing that she's trying to do her job,
Yeah.
as a reporter,
Yeah.
they ran with it as, oh, she's covering up the fake news, blah, 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 blah. And they've ran with it. They've put it on T-shirts, flags, stickers.
Okay.
Wait,
see-
what? That's the
See
most
now
ridiculous thing I've ever heard.
here's where I'm a little more clarified
That's
because I thought he won again and they
No.
tried canceling for that win.
No,
But it was just the race that the Let's Go Brandon started.
it happened
Yeah.
at Talladega. Talladega Super Speedway, which is in Alabama.
Oh yeah, so okay.
What
so
the
that,
fuck is wrong with people? Like, first of all, when did politicians become like celebrity?
No.
Right? When have they been put on this pedestal? Like, I've never witnessed. I think so. Let's be real, because I think when Obama was elected, he got a lot of attention, and I think that attention was only given because it was the first black person to become president, right?
Yeah.
So of course, in a country where 43 before you have been white, of course that's gonna,
See, like, they're running it even
Like
with the
it's news.
NASCAR logo on.
Yeah.
Because like it,
there's got to be a copyright infringement.
that's fucking.
There has to be a
stupid.
copyright
like
infringement.
it's
Um,
all over. When I went to Pocono like last month, there were a bunch of people with like tents with "Let's Go Brandon" merch, and it had like the NASCAR logo.
Dude,
on, which
I was
NASCAR
at a-
obviously they don't want it.
You know what's funny? I was working for a station. I just got a new job, worked for a few stations. I was at a country concert at MetLife last weekend, and must have seen at least 3 or 4 "fuck Joe Biden" or Trump 2020 fucking flags
But
around.
why?
But I'm sitting here like, first of all, you're at a country concert.
Yeah, like,
You're at a country concert.
bro, we can't. So is
You're tailgating.
Is country music now synonymous with being Republican? Is that
I
what
don't.
it is?
I don't fucking know. I mean, like, honestly, I don't fucking know, because I feel like I was talking to my coworker about this. I'm just like, dude, these people are clowns. Like, they're just making themselves out to
Like,
look like
You're
clowns.
worshiping one
Worshiping.
man.
Yeah.
Like you're
Yeah.
worshiping him.
But they've been running with it ever since.
Yeah.
And over the long, it hasn't even been a year since this happened.
I
It
just don't.
happened in
I
October.
don't understand.
Happened last October, and
Yeah.
basically it's been the downfall of his career because now he's having to run for another team just to race, because his team, they can't go without sponsors. So they're
Mhm.
bringing in other drivers who have sponsors
Yeah,
to run for the team because he can't pick up any sponsors because of this.
that's sad. That's sad because of something he had nothing to do with is now influencing his career.
I'm pretty
that's
sure she
trash.
might have heard the. I'm pretty sure she might have heard the chance, because there's no way you
Well,
you can make
she
it
did.
out.
She
No, she
heard him.
definitely did, but she didn't want it to be sent on live
Yeah,
TV.
you can't
like,
say,
you could,
like-
you could hear it.
Yeah.
You're not going to be like, oh, they're over there.
I mean, you can only do so much.
In today's news, they're saying, oh no, they're over there. They're saying fuck Joe Biden. Like, you can't say that on.
No.
Yeah, no, obviously not. But I mean, like, could you imagine? Like, she wasn't trying to be malicious about it, and she
No,
wasn't
no.
trying to be.
She was just doing
And
her
this
job.
is-
my mind is
and
melting.
then there's
My
people
brain
on
is
that
melting.
side. There's still people on that side that are saying, "Oh, it's the reporter's fault." It's like, no, it isn't. She's doing her job. If
It's
someone's
called the
cursing on TV,
FCC.
Yes.
you know.
It's called the FCC.
I'm telling you, it's like common sense and intelligence.
It's not
is
common.
it's
they
not
think
a
the
thing
FCC
anymore.
means fucking cousin.
Oh
And
man.
they said it twice because they're idiots.
Yes.
Anyway, what else do we got, gentlemen? Anything else? Anything else noteworthy?
Uh,
Topical?
The
Yes.
NFL's coming.
Oh.
Okay, you're gonna address. I got something. I
Go
really
on. I'll let you go first.
listen.
Yeah.
Okay, so the whole, like I was talking about before the show began, before we started recording, Kevin Durant,
Oh,
big NBA news. It's still, my guy Stephen A came back on and he started talking about Kevin Durant, right? And if he holds the power or if Joe Tsai has it and whatever. And so last night I'm on Twitter, you know, smoking my medicine, as I like to call it.
because it is medicine.
It is medicine.
It's not a drug.
No.
It's
Yes.
medicine.
And I see this proposed trade,
Christ.
right? That someone's like, oh, some idiot somewhere put this out there. So Kevin Durant, Philly gets Kevin Durant, Brooklyn gets, I don't even want to say, Tyrese Maxey, which already that's a no for me,
No.
right? Tobias Harris, he can go.
Yes.
Matisse Thybulle, I want him for his defense. 2027 protected pick, and then 2029 first round pick.
Picks, I don't care about. I don't care
But
about
my
picks.
thing is,
But
no,
picks build the team.
Yeah, like no, I'm sorry. If Kevin Durant was 29, 30 years old prior to an injury, I'm for it. But 33, 34-year-old Kevin Durant, who has a history now of Achilles problems, no, thank you. I don't care if he's a generational player. I don't care, bro. I don't think we should be investing into that. We have Joel Embiid who's hitting prime, right? If he's
MVP season this year, it has to happen.
I already said it on Twitter.
Don't get your hopes
Once
up.
Don't you do that.
You're a
I
Knicks
know
fan.
you're a Knicks fan. You don't get a say.
But
You got Jalen Brunson. That's all you can say.
Do you understand? Do you understand that I'm coming at this from a realistic point of view?
What are you talking
What,
about?
are they're going to give it to
So you're
Jokic
going to
again?
tell me Joel Embiid can't be MVP?
I'm not saying he can't be MVP, but I'm saying is don't get your hopes up for it when
Why not?
when the season
he
hasn't
finished
started.
second last season. He finished second.
Anything can happen, Mike. Anything can
What are
happen.
you wishing
God forbid
evil?
he gets fucking hurt.
I knew you were going to say it. I knew you were going to fucking say it. Get out. Get out.
No, I'm not going to
Turn
get
the
out
mic
because I-
off and get the fuck out.
I have a valid point.
What are you
You
going to get?
can't look at this from a fan
See,
point of view.
I'm not looking at this. I'm a very, very much so. First off, I'm a Philly sports fan. Okay, we're part of the delusion. All right, they're very delusional.
Yes,
Philly
they are
sports.
very delusional.
The only fan bases is actually there's two more fan bases that are even more delusional.
Cowboys.
Cowboys fans
Yes.
and Knicks fans.
No, we're not delusional.
Yes, you
we are
guys
not delusional.
You guys accept your defeat, but you're fucking delusional. Yeah, this is our year, bitch. No, it ain't.
No, we haven't. I haven't heard that being said in like 5 years.
Okay, whatever.
Since Melo was on the team, I don't
my
want to
God.
hear it.
So,
I want to figure out what Trae Young did to Knicks fans.
oh my God,
Fuck
They-
Trae Young.
He lives. See, he lives in
that
his
jerk
brain
off.
forever, rent free in his head. Just
I want to smack that fucking hairline right off his head. I'll finish.
yo,
I'll
Trae
finish
Young's
off.
hair,
I'll
it's-
finish off whatever's left
his
of it.
shit looks like it's glued on. You see when that motherfucker's running?
Someone said it looks like when you drop a lollipop on the floor and you pick it back up.
Yeah, dude.
He looks like a fucking Ken doll that had his head shaved off.
Yo,
That's what he looks like.
he
that
needs to
fucking
either
prick.
just shave it down, bro, because that is not it. His shit is thin as fuck.
Real quick, can we talk about that? Because
Oh, KD. You said something. Someone said something with
Trae
KD
Young.
too.
No, Trae Young and Luka. Trae Young drafted by the Mavs, Luka drafted by the Hawks, and they traded them. Has there ever been a trade that's worked out as perfect as that? Because they're
No.
both superstars.
Yeah.
Think about
That's
it.
a good point.
I think it worked out the way it was supposed to because
Yeah.
I'm not entirely sure that Atlanta would have been because the Mavericks have this history of playing with foreign players, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
They're that organization. I think you have the model foreign player in Dirk Nowitzki.
Yep.
He
He essentially passed the baton to Luka.
essentially if that's what you can say
And
because
Porzingis was a bust.
so at their best. So would you say could you imagine had Steve Nash stayed on the Mavericks? What do you think that would have been like? You think it would have been as good? Maybe better? Maybe worse?
Maybe would have won. They maybe would have had a chance to win one more championship,
Yes.
but I'm not sure if they would have actually won.
They would have had a chance, yeah.
Because, Steve Nash is Canadian. So
But
Yeah.
back to the point, the trade, no. I don't care about
Yeah, no.
picks. You can throw all the picks because think about it. When was the last time the Sixers had a pick other than Tyrese Maxey?
Shit, I don't know.
the last time they
Embiid.
hit a pick?
Yeah.
Embiid?
Yes.
That was the last time?
And because what? We got Okafor, you got Nerlens Noel, got Ben Simmons, you got
Fultz.
Markelle Fultz.
Faults, bro.
You know
and
what?
then they traded away Mikal Bridges for Zaire Smith.
Yeah.
He is a nobody.
No.
Now hold on a second, because to your point with the KD potential trade, I'm seeing the same thing on the Knicks end with they're trying to get someone from the Jazz, Donovan Mitchell, or someone with the last name Mitchell. I'm terrible with
Donovan
names.
Mitchell.
Donovan Mitchell. So they're trying to there's a proposed trade that we get Donovan Mitchell for Emmanuel Quickly and like most of our young guys.
Yeah.
Most of our young guys that are the
know
future of
what,
this
though?
team that are actually playing really fucking
You know what,
good
though?
from the summer league.
Donovan Mitchell is
I don't
nice.
know. I don't know about that.
Donovan Mitchell
I'm
is
not willing to
nice.
risk the future of what we have right now because what we have is a good base.
Yeah,
we have a good base,
you
but we
have-
just don't have that superstar.
Bro, they're-
but I'm not willing to give up our future for a short-term thing.
You shouldn't have, first of all, they should have never gave Brunson all that fucking money. Like, what?
Well,
My
we
man-
don't
my
talk
man
about the
came from
NBA
a-
draft.
obscurity into solid postseason,
Yep.
and then we're gonna throw money and they hey,
Listen.
come be the leader of our fucking offense over.
Hey,
You
shout
fucking-
out Jalen Brunson. Villanova made Wildcat for life.
Listen. I can't see it. I just can't
Bro.
see it right now. I maybe next year, not now.
You know what? I'm gonna do like I did Donald Trump and give him a chance. I'm gonna give it a chance because I want to see if he can make it make sense. I don't see
Make it make sense. Give you a chance.
I never would have fucking did that. I never would have tried to get Jalen Brunson, but whatever. I probably would have went all in on the spider and tried to get Donovan Mitchell.
Well, I mean, we don't talk about what the Knicks did at the NBA draft because that was hideous, and that
The
still
Knicks
makes
don't
no
make
sense.
no
There's
fucking
talks of him
sense, bro.
possibly going to Miami, Donovan Mitchell. And
Oh my god!
who's a part of the ownership in the Jazz? Dwayne Wade.
Oof.
Oh
Yeah.
god!
I'm seeing
you
it like
imagine-
I'm
This-
seeing
this
this
would
like
be
I'm
like-
seeing Giancarlo Stanton
That's
traded
exactly
from
what
the,
I was going to
from
say.
the Marlins
That's
to the
exactly
Yankees.
what I was going to say.
Listen, bro. If that trade were to, if Donovan Mitchell, we're talking Jimmy buckets. Oh my god.
Heater winning,
Oh
Heater
my
winning
God,
the championship.
bro,
Heater
what?
winning the
That
championship
is
this
so
year.
much
There's no fucking
firepower.
way.
Yeah, but the problem is if they're going to trade him to Miami, they're going to want Tyler Hero.
They're definitely going to
Yeah,
want.
that's
I
true.
mean,
They're
if they
gonna
can
want something
keep,
for
but
that.
if they can keep Duncan Robinson at least, they're fine.
They can
give
keep him. He stinks.
I
He didn't do anything last season.
Yeah,
in
he wasn't.
postseason.
He wasn't himself like Duncan Robinson of the bubble. I get it. Fine.
They
Cool.
paid him like what, $90 million?
The
just to
bubble
sit on the
doesn't
bench?
count. I don't care what anybody says. The bubble doesn't count.
The bubble counts. Everybody was. You know why I have a problem with people who discredit that championship? Because everyone was on equal footing. It wasn't just the Lakers that were in the bubble. All the teams were playing in the bubble.
T.J. Warren, bubble MVP.
Everyone had an opportunity to win that championship. So this is why I don't want to hear the bubble.
I
oh,
wanted.
fans.
I
Everyone had an
I'll say,
opportunity.
We're not
think
gonna
about
get
it. The
into
Sixers
discussion.
stunk in the bubble, and they're great.
Come on, player.
They're
Let's talk
great
about
in
it.
the arenas, but
Let's
they
talk about
stunk
it.
in the bubble.
Was it just the Lakers that played in the bubble?
No, I see your point. I'm not disagreeing with your point, but as far as I'm concerned, to me it's not like a true NBA experience, like, because they have to have those certain factors of like the away teams, the home teams, the fans, all that
Okay.
shit. To me, that plays just as much a factor
Okay.
as the players themselves on the court.
Got it. But that factor that you speak of was removed for everyone.
I know.
So
I agree.
everyone had the opportunity to focus on nothing but the game of basketball. Right? So that's why I have a hard time getting behind anyone who tries to discredit it, because everyone had that opportunity. Everyone's fans were not there.
Listen, it was a weird time for sports overall.
It definitely
I don't want to
was.
get into it.
It definitely was.
I feel like if LeBron didn't win, we wouldn't have had all these Mickey Mouse ring memes.
Yep.
Because like what? Le Mickey? Really?
Yeah.
Mickey.
What if the Heat won? What would it call? Mickey Buckets?
Mike's going to defend the championship because he's a LeBron fan.
No,
if I have to be Dante in this case and be the generational LeBron
This
hater,
is me
I
just
will.
being that is factual. Everyone had the opportunity to perform. If you came up
I'm not
short,
disagreeing with
like,
that
and
point.
Jimmy Butler played his ass off in those finals.
I mean, he could have won. They could have won.
Like Jimmy, I don't think there's any more he could have. My man was just exhausted, bro.
Yeah, on the plus side, his exhaustion became a meme.
Anyway, did it really? I didn't see that
Yeah.
one. All right, well, you had something you wanted to say, and we'll make that the last point. 'Cause
Steelers. Me Steelers, but the NFL's coming back. I'm
Fuck yeah.
excited because I'm a Steelers
Fuck the
fan.
Patriots. We beat them in the preseason. Let's go.
There's your Super Bowl.
Yeah, that's my Super Bowl right there.
10 years later. As a Steelers fan, I haven't felt this sort of excitement because of the quarterback race. Because, like, Ben Roethlisberger retired.
Yeah.
Growing up, he's been the only quarterback I've ever known.
Mm-hmm.
He
True.
retired, and so now we've got QB race between Mitch Trubisky, Kenny Pickett, Mason Rudolph.
Real quick, were you even alive when Bill Cowher was head coach?
No, I was alive. I still remember
When did he retire? Like,
after Super Bowl 40, 2006, 2007, somewhere around
was
that.
that long ago? That
Yeah.
Super Bowl?
He went out on top.
Jesus.
Jerome Bettis went out on top. I still remember waking up because I was a little kid. I was like 5, 6, whatever. I woke up. I was like, oh, Super Bowl. And then one of the things I remember, Roethlisberger reached for the touchdown, and they kept saying broke the plane. I'm like, oh, did he break the field? He broke the field. It's like one of the things I remember about it. But, yeah, he's been the only quarterback I've ever known. And now they have a QB race between Trubisky, Pickett, and Rudolph, which I got to say, they all look good. Like, I feel like Trubisky is going to be the starter.
I don't like Trubisky for
Me
that.
neither.
I honestly, Trubisky failed. I understand where he's under a Matt Nagy run offense, which was miserable in itself. But Trubisky, I don't think, and maybe I might be wrong. I could be wrong, but I think we might see Trubisky be better. But I
He'll
don't
be
think
better.
we'll see Trubisky like excel.
Well, think about it.
Not like a Jared Allen in a Bill
Oh,
situation.
he'll never want to be a Jared Allen, bro. That
he's
guy's a
in. I
fucking
feel like he's
goat.
in a better culture in Pittsburgh than one was in Chicago.
I don't know about
I'll
that.
go that far with it.
You
I don't
think
know. It's just different over here.
you think Mac takes the leap, second year leap?
What, Mac Jones?
Yeah.
Probably. Probably.
He's really good.
I want to see them pass more. The thing is, they're so run dependent. The Patriots are, but like, I want to see Mac throw more.
The Eagles are really confident about Jalen Hurts this year too.
I don't know about that. I don't know if
They're
I don't.
really
I don't like
confident.
how I feel about the Jalen Hurts.
The one
thing
thing I can say about this is my dad listens to the 94 WIP every day. There's so many times where Eagles fans call in, they're like, "Oh, Jalen's not the guy, but is he even the guy?" I'm like, bro, as a team, as a fan of a team that had Ben Roethlisberger as a quarterback, you have a guy. Jalen Hurts can move, he can run, he can throw. Not only that, he's got Devontae Smith, he's got AJ Brown. Yeah, that's like
Now-
Dallas Goddard.
Yep.
I will
He has
say
weapons.
this much.
And they have a roulette of running backs that they can just throw out. If one goes down, the other come back up.
Yeah.
Like Miles Sanders, Boston Scott.
Yep.
They have a good team. I
Yep.
don't know why.
Yep. I'm with you.
I'll say this much again. It's probably going to be Cowboys and Eagles in the NFC East for the most
so trash.
because, and that's just the reality of the situation. Because the Giants, this is a rebuilding year for us.
Definitely.
We have a new coach, new culture,
Another new coach.
new everything. Another new coach. Good point.
That's the great thing about. Here's the great thing about the Steelers. They've had 3 coaches since the 70s.
Yeah.
Chuck Noll, Bill Cowher, Mike Tomlin.
Mike Tomlin, boy.
And I feel like in the
They all know
future-
how to win, but that's why they're there. They know how to win. We're essentially what the Browns are to quarterbacks is what the Giants have been to head coaches in recent years.
Yeah. It's just like if you're not going to go in all in on your head coach, like you've hired them for a reason, so you should back them. The thing that I love about the Steelers organization, they allow their coaches to express themselves and be who they're going to be.
Mike Tomlin also proves that he knows how to win.
Mike Tomlin is
never had a losing season.
Never. He's a phenomenal coach.
Think about 2019 when Roethlisberger goes down, Rudolph goes down, and then it's Duck Hodges.
Yeah.
Between Duck Hodges and Mason Rudolph.
He makes it what happened.
Yeah.
And then
Absolutely.
in the words of Mike Tomlin, doesn't matter what situation, we do not care.
Yes.
We do not care.
We do not care.
The standard is a
and I
standard.
love that meme. We do not care.
I love that
it.
meme.
Love it.
All right, I think we got to wrap this up, guys.
Yeah.
We're getting to crunch time here. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, this has been episode 11 of the Bro Amigos podcast, now renamed the Ben Simmons Haters podcast. But I do want to say we do appreciate all the support you've given the show so far. If you would like to, we encourage you to leave us feedback on the show. I'll read some feedback that we have on Good Pods. We've been doing really well on Good Pods,
Yeah, we
by
have.
the way.
We're
which
in the
I'm
top
really
10.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're in one of the things we're in the top 10 on. We have a 5-star reviews from Paul Votto, Mick Manhattan, my boy Dave Graham from one of my podcast groups, and John Thomas Smith. They all left us 5 stars on that last episode that we did, episode 10, and we appreciate it. Really, we encourage you guys to leave us feedback because we don't know how to improve if you don't tell us what needs to be improved. And I'm all for positive feedback, but I'm also more than capable of handling criticism as well.
Yes.
We're going to get 4 stars on this one. Be like, well, if Dante was here.
Yeah, if Dante was
we'd have
here.
5 stars.
If Dane
Listen,
Money
if he
was
knew how to
here,
wake up.
he would just be yelling back and forth with me.
Listen, if Dante has to learn how to wake up first before he gets here.
So he needs an alarm clock.
I'm fucking around. Dante knows I'm clowning him, but anyway, also follow us on Twitter. We're posting some very outlandish shit recently.
Yeah, Dante.
Fucking
again,
Dante hops on Twitter and then completely sends film Twitter in a fucking rage over a Godfather tweet. Follow us on Twitter at BroMigosPod.
Yep.
TikTok also doing really fire right now. The Bromigos podcast, and Instagram also being very fire. The Bromigos Pod. So I, Motorboat and Matt, the undercover brother, appreciate all of you. For my friend Hoochie Man,
I'm holding it down.
you're holding it down today. You don't really. I know you don't really get to speak a lot because sometimes we fly off the handle. But I just want to say you did really fucking good today. I want to say that on air, and I want
Thank
that
you.
recorded. You did really fucking good today.
Thank
We're gonna fucking turn you into a star sooner or later. So, and of course, for the wonderful Panama Red,
Yeah.
we will see you all on the next one.
Be safe. Stay blessed.
You've been listening to the Bromigos podcast.
Fuck you, and I'll see you tomorrow. Avita!